It seems that we are quite an odd bird in this meeting, because we are a medtech company, and that means that our figures is probably less than the others around, but it also means it's another type of company. This company, CLS, was started in 2006 based on research that was done by Professor Tranberg in Lund in around 20 years, and it's based on the situation that we are using laser to treat solid cancer tumors. So in principle what we do is we use the heat introduction in the cancer tumors, and we have a very precise and controlled way of doing it, which is most important and also quite unique in this area. We started with a immunostimulating treatment that we found out through the clinical studies and the preclinical studies that were made by Professor Tranberg. And we have now also another treatment, another method that is called FLA, an ablation model that we are using. The benefits are that it's percutaneous, means that the patient can go home quite quickly after the treatment. It's less inconvenient for the patient, and hopefully also a lower cost for the hospital. The value we add to the system is for the clinician, it's a safe and it's an easy use product, as I said, very controlled. And for the patient, you have a very gentle treatment, as you can understand, and we haven't seen yet any side effects of our treatment, which is also very positive. And for the hospital, you have, as I said, a lower cost of the treatment, and hopefully a good health economy for the future of the clinics. The product is quite simple. It's one laser unit, and it's a patient kit that has an introducer, a fiber, and a temperature measurement. Now it's like this, but we have moved the temperature measurement to the introducer, which gives everything much easier for the clinician. And it's only one stitch in this case. We have a CE mark and we have a 510K clearance today, so we are able, and we are also selling on the market. We are today working in USA and starting to sell, even if it's starting at a low point. We are there selling, and we have one clinic in Houston that is using our method as a standard method for the treatment. What is quite unique is that we have developed a fiber from a company in Germany called LMTB, and we bought that patent. We have also bought the knowledge. So today we are manufacturing this fiber in a company called AFT in Germany. And the difference you can see here is that on the left side you have the radial fiber, and the right side you have our fiber, which is a diffuser fiber. We supply both of them, and the diffuser fiber gives us a possibility to be able to treat bigger lesions and bigger tumors. And this is not a cooled fiber, which is normally in diffuser fibers. It's a fiber that gives you all the possibilities to treat and control the situation. As I said, we have two different areas, two different methods. One is the immunostimulating area, and it's called IMILT. The other one is FLA. I will come back to that. In principle, it works like this. We put the fiber into the tumor. We heat it to 46 degrees during 30 minutes. And this is important because that is where you generate the antigen. Meanwhile, the tumor is dying during around 3 to 4 weeks. It also generates then the T cells that goes to the blood and find the metastases and kill them. That's a principle that we are working with, and we have showed that in preclinical and clinical studies. What we are doing is that we are doing clinical studies with this IMILT method in different clinics in Europe. We received from Horizon 2020 a grant of 2.1 million euros, and that we have used to finish up the studies of pancreatic cancer in Marseille and also in Porto. Breast cancer we have studied in Nottingham in England, and we also have a study going on in Karolinska, where I'm happy to say that it's a malign melanoma. We started to test security in our method, and today we are now studying the possibilities of a combination with the standard treatment you have in Karolinska, which is a treatment of with PD-1, and the combination with our method. We think, and the doctors think, that this will be a very good combination. I believe myself that the future of cancer treatment lies in a combination. It's not one single thing that will solve the problem. We have to combine in a more sophisticated way for the future. We have found it's a safe and usable product and method. We can use it in severe diseases, and we have a very good patient outcome and survival. We can say that in the studies, which is limited, we have 8 patients in the pancreatic study, and we can see that we have an average survival today of 15 months, and that we feel is quite a good one. And the patients are still alive, so we will increase that compared to if you have a general one with the treatment you are doing today between 6 and 9 months. So we are happy to say that. I will get back to that later on. We have a safe and usable product. We have, as I say, a very safe situation when it comes to the treatment we can do. And also we see that the clinics are very happy with that. The other method that we were talking about is FLA, and FLA stands for focal laser ablation. It means that this came up as a part of what we were doing in USA. And the clinicians wanted to use this because this is the same type of equipment that we are using in IMILT. It's only the difference that you have a much shorter time and you have a higher level of temperature. What we are doing now here is in ongoing clinical studies in Toronto with Toronto General Hospital, where we are doing 25 patients. And we have today made 8 patients, as a matter of fact. We are starting a new study in desert medical imaging in USA, which will also use the reporting and what we can get from that data. We will, of course, use in the marketing and sales in USA. Our collaboration in USA today is with UTMB outside Houston, Desert Medical Imaging, and the Laser Prostate Center of America. And we are also discussing now further development in this area in the USA. And FLA is the one that we're selling in the USA today. What is the next step for us? Well, the next step is integration of the process that we are using when we are treating the patients, especially the technique that is used. It means that you use a stereotaxy to place the needles, and that is one brand, and then you have another brand with the treatment of energy, and then you have a third brand with the MR. So what we are doing now is we have a cooperation with a company in USA, where we are integrating our method with the stereotaxy. So that stereotaxy normally is used for biopsies, and now we are adding the possibilities of treatment at the same time, which gives us a big possibility of having the whole chain, and that is what the clinician really want. It's targeting, it's navigation of the needles, it's energy, and also the ablation. So it's a full treatment of the patient that is very important. That's one part. The other part is it's very important that you can see where you are in the body, and you find the tumor so they can treat it. Today, that is quite good when you go to MRI. But MR is not a general thing in the hospitals in USA or in Europe. So what they normally have is ultrasound, which I can say in general has less quality when you come to a possibility to see where the tumor is and what treatment you are doing. What we have done now is, together with a Canadian company called Exact Imaging, They have a new fusion imaging that gives us a much better view of where we are with the needles, and also the possibilities of measuring the temperature. So we are together with them developing this possibility. It's also another way of having an integration of the process for the doctors. So you see the possibilities of coming further on. What is also important for us, both in the IMILT and in the FLA area, is that we can focus the temperature. So we are now adding a temperature measurement through a software to our method, and that is a cooperation with a French company, IGT. And this is very important for the full process. So what we will offer now is a package for the doctors. So they have our things in the package, and also an MR in the end to be able to run this. And those are the 3 areas that we are working with today to develop our product and our possibilities to get into the market. And the company development in general from today until let's say next year is that we can see that we have started our sales especially in USA. It means that we have to add a sales organization both in the USA and in Europe. As I said, we will continue the business development with the software I talked about, and also with the fusion imaging project that we have, where we are going from only taking a biopsy to make a treatment, which is quite important for that. The next step is, of course, that we can see that we have a big advantage and we have a good result when it comes to treatment of pancreatic cancer. As I said, we have a survival rate today of around 15 to 16 months, which is a good result. And for that, of course, we need to have a bigger amount of patients. We have 8 today, and our development plan shows that we will have around 20 to 30 patients in the study. So that is very important for us to do in the next step. And in this case, that's where we stand today, and that is what we are doing. So thank you very much.